All right. Ready to dive into some wealth building strategies, some unconventional ones?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at this YouTube video by entrepreneur Iman Gadzhi.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him.
Yeah, and the video is called You're 18, You Need These Skills. So he kind of lays out 7 skills that he thinks are essential for hitting that millionaire mark.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the advice is surprising, to say the least.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Like when I first saw the video title and I was like, 7 skills, okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
But some of them were not what I expected at all.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I thought was really fascinating about his approach was that he goes beyond just the typical financial advice.
Yeah.
It's not just about invest in this or budget your money. It's more about mindset shifts and kind of less obvious skills.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and things that he really believes are key to building real wealth.
That's cool.
Yeah, and for example, the very first skill that he drops is stop watching the news. I have to admit, when I first saw that, I was like, wait, how are you supposed to stay informed?
Right. Yeah.
If you're not keeping up with current events, how do you know what's going on?
Exactly.
But then you start to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how often does watching the news actually motivate you to take action towards your goals?
That's true.
Does it actually, like, I don't know. I feel like more often than not, it just kind of leaves you feeling anxious.
Anxious and just overwhelmed.
Yeah, totally.
Like, what's happening?
It can be a total productivity killer, you know?
Totally.
So Iman's point is that, especially at this stage, like if you're, on your wealth building journey,
Mhm.
you need to protect your time and energy, you know?
Yeah.
And so instead of getting bogged down in negativity, focus on actions that directly contribute to your goals.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, being more intentional about what you're consuming, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't need to be completely oblivious to
The world.
But maybe you could be more strategic about your news sources.
Yeah.
Limit your exposure to maybe too much negativity.
I think that's a great point,
Yeah.
because instead of passively consuming news that may or may not even be relevant to your life,
Right?
you can be proactive about seeking out information that's directly related to your goals.
Totally. Yeah.
And interests, yeah.
Love that.
Makes you think.
It does. It does.
So, all right, the second skill that he highlights is a little bit more straightforward,
Okay.
and it's develop high-income skills.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah, so this is where I think the rubber meets the road, so to speak, in terms of actually generating income.
Yeah.
And so he's talking about skills that are in high demand
Mhm.
in the marketplace,
Yeah.
the kind that allow you to command higher rates, build a successful career.
That's it.
And the great thing is, the more high-income skills you have, the more valuable you become.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like having multiple streams of income just baked into your skill set.
Exactly.
And so he mentions specifically online marketing, coding, content creation, and sales as examples.
Oh, those are good ones. Yeah.
And what's really cool is that, a lot of these skills can be learned online,
Right.
even if you're starting from scratch. So it's a huge advantage in today's world.
Totally. Yeah.
Because we have access to all these resources and learning platforms right at our fingertips.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Skill number 3 might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Learn to say no.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so this one is all about recognizing your own limitations and setting boundaries, healthy boundaries,
Yeah, I know all about that.
And he says that as you become more successful, the demands on your time and your energy are just gonna increase.
For sure.
You'll be faced with more opportunities, you'll have more requests,
More distractions.
distractions, exactly.
Mhm.
So the ability to say no gracefully becomes absolutely crucial.
It really is.
It helps you stay focused on what your priorities are and avoid getting pulled in a million different directions.
Yeah, because every time you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So are you saying yes to things that are truly aligned with what you want to be doing?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying yes because you feel obligated or you don't want to miss out?
I think we've all been there.
Yeah. Yeah, those are some tough questions, but definitely worth asking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, now the fourth skill is where things get a little unexpected.
Okay.
Travel strategically.
Oh, interesting.
He actually suggests traveling less,
What?
but traveling smarter.
Okay, now this is intriguing.
I know, right? So he argues that the constant travel lifestyle, although it's very appealing to a lot of people, can actually be a major distraction from building real wealth.
I could see that.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Constantly adjusting to new environments, finding reliable Wi-Fi.
Oh my gosh, the Wi-Fi.
I know, right? Time zone differences. It can just be a lot.
Yeah, that wears you down.
And it can take a toll on your productivity, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, almost ironically, that jet-setting lifestyle can sometimes just be a form of procrastination.
That's a great point.
You're busy exploring the world, but are you actually making progress towards your financial goals?
Right, exactly.
So he recommends longer stays in affordable and productive locations.
Okay.
So he mentions Cape Town and Medellin as examples
Okay.
of cities that kind of offer a good balance of affordability, a good lifestyle,
Right.
and also good opportunities for networking and collaboration.
I like it.
And he even cautions against Bali, despite its popularity,
Well, her life?
among digital nomads.
Oh, yeah.
He argues that the party atmosphere and the constant influx of tourists
Oh, yeah.
can be distracting and detrimental to like deep focused work.
Makes sense.
And it's interesting because he's not saying don't travel
Yes.
at all. He's saying travel with intention.
Uh-huh.
Choose destinations that are actually going to support your goals. Right.
And be mindful of how your travel choices impact your productivity.
I love that.
So
So it's all about alignment, right?
it is.
Aligning your choices with your goals.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, so let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about skill number 5.
Mm.
Start investing today.
Okay. That's a big one.
Yeah, and so he really emphasizes the importance of starting early.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you can only invest small amounts right now.
Yeah.
This is something that I've heard a lot of successful investors say
Right.
they all wish they had started sooner.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And there's a reason for that, you know?
Yeah.
It's the power of compound interest.
It's huge.
You know,
Yeah.
the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow.
It's like that snowball effect.
It is, yeah.
It just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, he uses a really great analogy to explain this concept.
Okay. What is it?
So he says that building a business is like your offense,
Okay.
but investing is your defense.
I love that. So building a business is about generating income, taking risks, really going on the offensive.
Yeah.
But investing is about protecting and growing your wealth for the long term.
Right.
It's about playing the long game and making sure that you're financially secure in the future.
That's a fantastic way to think about it.
And the beautiful thing about investing is that you don't need to have like a ton of money to get started.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of platforms and resources available that allow you to invest with even small amounts.
That's awesome.
So even if you can only do like $50 a month or $100 a month, it's
Mhm.
so crucial to build that habit and just develop your financial literacy.
Yeah, totally.
The more you learn about investing,
Mhm.
the more confident you'll become in making those decisions that'll benefit you in the future.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, get ready for a curveball.
Oh, boy.
Skill number 6 is find a good tailor.
What's...
I know, right? I know this seems completely out of left field, but hear me out.
Okay.
So this goes back to his philosophy of like smart spending and maximizing your resources.
Right.
He argues that especially early on in your wealth building journey, it's just really important to be mindful of where you're spending your money.
Makes sense.
And he's not saying that you have to deprive yourself or live this like, totally austere life.
Yeah.
It's about making choices
Right.
that are strategic and aligned with your values
That makes sense.
and goals,
Yeah.
So Iman actually, even though he can afford luxury brands,
Sure.
advocates for buying high-quality basics
Right.
and having them tailored for like a polished, custom-fit look.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so instead of chasing brand names and spending a fortune on clothes that might go out of style really quickly,
Yeah.
he suggests investing in those timeless pieces
Right.
that can be tailored to fit you perfectly.
I like that.
And I thought that was a really interesting point.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, you're presenting yourself as someone who is thoughtful and intentional.
Yeah.
And values quality
Yeah.
over just like, flashiness.
Yeah, exactly. And that can definitely make a positive impression
Oh, for sure.
in both your personal and professional life.
Absolutely.
Okay, so finally, skill number 7 is leveraging credit card rewards.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, before we go any further, though,
Mm-hmm.
I want to emphasize that this only works if you are responsible with credit.
100%. Yes.
Like if you're carrying a balance on your credit card or struggling to make payments.
Yeah, this is not for you.
This is not the strategy for you.
Right.
But if you are someone who pays off your balance in full every month
Right.
and you manage your credit wisely,
Right.
then leveraging those credit card rewards
Yeah,
can be a fantastic way to basically amplify your spending power.
I agree. Yeah.
It's like getting extra perks and benefits for things that you're already spending money on.
Free money, basically.
It is. Yeah, think about it. Travel upgrades,
Oh, yeah.
hotel perks, cash back, exclusive access to events,
All that good stuff.
all that, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of those rewards can add up significantly,
They do over time.
especially if you're strategic about it.
Yeah, exactly. And Iman actually shares that he gets dozens of flight upgrades per year
Oh, wow.
simply by utilizing his credit card rewards program.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so it's like that idea of working smarter, not harder, right?
Totally.
You're not spending any extra money,
Right.
but you're reaping significant benefits simply by being a savvy consumer.
Love that.
So stepping back and looking at all 7 of these skills, what really stands out to me is how he emphasizes a holistic approach to wealth building.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about making money. It's about managing your mindset, your time,
Your resources.
your resources, even your wardrobe strategically.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that wealth is this multifaceted concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about having a high income.
Right.
It's about having a life that is just rich in experiences and relationships and fulfillment.
I agree. And what I also really liked about this video is that he doesn't shy away from sharing his own experiences,
Yeah,
his successes, his regrets,
for sure.
It
It makes it real.
does.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and it just makes his advice feel so much more relatable and grounded.
Like he's speaking from experience.
Yeah, he's not preaching from a pedestal. He's speaking from a place of, I think, personal experience and vulnerability.
Hmm.
And at the end of the video, he actually challenges his viewers with the question,
Okay.
which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, I love when they do that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "What millionaire skill did I miss?"
Oh, that's good.
Which I thought was just a brilliant way to get you thinking critically
Yeah.
and apply these concepts to your own life.
Makes you think outside the box, too.
Totally. And it kind of sparks this conversation
Yeah.
and encourages people to think beyond just the conventional advice.
I like it.
So let's turn that question over to you.
Right.
What skill would you add to Iman's list?
Yeah, what have you learned?
What unique piece of wisdom have you picked up
Yeah.
on your own wealth building journey?
Love it.
We would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And building on that, what's one actionable step that you can take today
Mm-hmm.
based on what we've talked about?
Yeah, what can you implement right now?
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe it's committing to like a week of news-free living.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe it's finally exploring that new high-income skill.
Yeah.
Or finally finding a good tailor.
Right, like we talked about, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to be this massive life-altering change, right?
No.
It's just about those small steps taken consistently
Right.
that can lead to big transformations over time.
100%.
And that's what this whole deep dive is about, right?
Totally.
Equipping you with the knowledge and the inspiration to just level up your life.
Love it.
So remember, building wealth is a journey, not a destination.
That's a good one.
It's about making conscious choices
Mm-hmm.
that align with your values, your goals.
Totally.
And honestly, it's also about enjoying the process,
Yeah.
Celebrate those wins, learn from the setbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and just never stop growing.
I love that.
But keep diving deep,
Yeah,
keep questioning, keep striving for that millionaire mindset.
that's it.
And that is it for our deep dive into Iman Gadzhi's 7 millionaire skills.
Great episode.
We hope you found it insightful and empowering.
As always.
And until next time, stay curious and keep leveling up.
See ya.
So you're saying instead of hopping from one exotic locale to the next,
Mm-hmm.
maybe find a place where you can settle in,
Yeah.
build a routine, and just
Yeah.
focus on the work.
Precisely. It's about aligning those travel choices with your bigger goals.
Makes sense.
Now let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about skill number 5.
Right?
Start investing today.
Oh, big one.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
And he really emphasizes the importance of starting early.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you can only invest like small amounts right now.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, it seems like every successful investor
Right.
wishes they started sooner.
Exactly. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Compound interest.
Oh, the magic of compound interest.
It's so powerful.
I know, it really is.
The earlier you start investing,
Yeah.
the more time your money has to grow.
It really is like that snowball effect.
It is, yeah.
Just gets bigger and bigger over time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he uses this really great analogy to explain this concept.
Okay, I'm interested.
He says, building a business is your offense.
Oh.
But investing is your defense.
Oh, I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So building a business is all about generating that income, taking those risks,
Mm-hmm.
going on the offensive.
Right.
But investing is about protecting
Yeah.
and growing your wealth over the long term.
It's the long game.
It is. It's about playing that long game and ensuring your financial security in the future.
It's a fantastic way to think about it.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about investing is that you don't need a huge amount of money to get started.
Yeah, that's what I love about it.
You know, there are so many platforms and resources available
Yeah.
that allow you to invest even with just small amounts.
Totally.
So even if you can only swing like $50 or $100 a month right now, it's crucial to just build that habit
Yeah,
and develop your financial literacy.
absolutely. It's all about that consistency.
Yeah, the more you learn about investing,
Okay.
the more confident you'll become
Right.
in making decisions that are going to benefit you in the future.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for another curveball?
Oh, boy. Hit me.
Skill number 6 is find a good tailor.
A tailor.
I know, right?
Okay, where is he going with this?
I know, it seems totally random,
Yeah.
but trust me on this
All
one.
right. All right.
So this one actually goes back to his whole philosophy of smart spending
Mm-hmm.
and maximizing your resources.
Right.
He argues that, especially early on, in your wealth building journey,
It's just so important to be mindful of where you're putting your money.
you got to be intentional.
Exactly. And he's not saying that you have to deprive yourself or
Right.
live a super austere life.
No, yeah.
It's more about making choices that are strategic
It makes sense.
and aligned with your values and goals.
Yeah, it's about that alignment again.
Yeah, exactly. So Iman, even though he can afford, all the fancy brands and stuff,
Okay.
he actually advocates for buying high-quality basics
Right.
and having them tailored for a more polished and custom-fit look.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
right. So instead of chasing all those brand names and spending a ton of money on clothes that are probably going to go out of style in a minute.
Yeah, fast fashion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a trap.
He suggests investing in those timeless pieces
Right.
that can be tailored to fit you perfectly.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I thought that was a really interesting point because you're basically presenting yourself as someone who's thoughtful. Yeah,
Intentional,
quality.
values quality over just flashiness,
Yeah, exactly.
And that can make such a positive impression
Oh, for sure.
in both your personal and professional life.
100%.
Okay, so finally, skill number 7 is leveraging credit card rewards.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah, but before we go any further,
Yep.
I have to emphasize
Yes.
that this only works if you are responsible with your credit.
Absolutely.
Like if you are carrying a balance on your cards
Yeah.
or struggling to make your payments.
This is not for you.
Yeah, this is not the strategy for you.
Right.
But if you are someone who pays off their balance in full every month
Yeah.
and you manage your credit wisely,
Right.
then leveraging those credit card rewards can be a fantastic way to basically amplify your spending power.
Oh, yeah. It's like free money.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's like getting those extra perks and benefits,
Mhm.
things that you're already spending money on anyway.
Exactly. Why not get rewarded for it?
Yeah, right. So think about it. You can get travel upgrades,
Oh, yeah. The travel upgrades are the best.
hotel perks, cash back,
All that good stuff.
exclusive access to events.
Mm-hmm.
All of those rewards can add up big time
Oh, they do. They do.
over time.
Especially if you're strategic about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which cards you use, how you use them.
Yeah, and Iman shares that he gets like dozens of flight upgrades a year
Wow, that's awesome.
just from utilizing his credit card rewards.
He's got it figured out.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier, working smarter, not harder.
That's it.
Right. You're not
Yeah.
spending any extra money,
Nope.
but you're getting all these benefits just by being a savvy consumer.
That's what it's all about.
So taking a step back and looking at all 7 of these skills, what really stands out to me is how Iman emphasizes that holistic approach to building wealth.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just about making money, it's about managing your mindset,
Yeah.
your time, your resources, even your wardrobe strategically.
It's all connected.
It is. It really is. It's
Yeah.
about recognizing that wealth is this multifaceted concept. It's not just about having that high income.
Right. It's about more than just the numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about having a life that's rich in experiences, relationships,
It's fulfillment.
fulfillment. Yeah. And I love that he's not afraid to share, his own experiences.
That makes him more relatable.
It does. Yeah. Like his successes, his regrets. It just makes his advice feel
More genuine.
so much more relatable and grounded.
Like he's been there.
Yeah, he's not preaching from a pedestal. He's really speaking from a place of personal experience and vulnerability.
Yeah, I like that.
And then at the end of the video, he does something that I thought was so brilliant.
Okay, what is it?
He challenges his viewers with a question.
Oh, I love that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So he asks them, what millionaire skill did I miss?
Oh, that's a good question.
Which I just thought was such a brilliant way to get people thinking critically.
Yeah, it gets you thinking outside the box
For sure.
and applying those concepts to their own lives.
Yeah, it sparks a conversation.
It does.
And it gets you thinking beyond just the typical advice.
Exactly. So we want to turn that question over to you.
Awesome.
What skill would you add to Iman's list?
What have you learned on your journey?
Yeah, what unique piece of wisdom have you picked up along the way?
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, and building on that, what's one actionable step you can take today based on what we've talked about?
Yeah, what can you do right now to level up?
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe it's, committing to a week of news-free living.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe it's finally exploring that new high-income skill that you've been thinking about.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's finally finding that good tailor.
Right, like we were talking about.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a massive life-altering change.
No, small steps.
Small steps taken consistently
Yeah.
lead to big transformations over time.
Absolutely.
And that's what this whole deep dive is about.
100%. Equipping you with the knowledge and the inspiration to level up your life.
I love that.
So remember, building wealth is a journey, not a destination.
That's a good one.
It's about making those conscious choices that align with your values
Yeah.
and your goals.
Absolutely.
And honestly, it's also about enjoying the process,
Yeah, for sure.
Celebrate those wins, learn from the setbacks, and just never stop growing.
I love that.
So keep diving deep, keep questioning, keep striving for that millionaire mindset.
That's it.
And that is it for our deep dive into Iman Gadzhi's 7 millionaire skills.
Phew, great episode.
We hope you found it insightful
As always.
and empowering.
Yeah.
Until next time, stay curious and keep leveling up.
See. So true.
It makes his advice feel more real.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes it more genuine.
Yeah, he's been there.
Exactly. It's like he's not just talking the talk.
Yeah.
He's walking the walk.
He's been in the trenches?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what I also thought was interesting is at the end of his video, he actually challenges his viewers with a question.
Oh, cool.
And I thought this was so smart.
Oh, I love when they do that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So he asks, what millionaire skill did I miss?
Ooh, that's good.
Which I thought was just so brilliant.
It is, yeah.
Because it gets people thinking critically
Yeah.
about,
Outside the box.
yeah, outside the box.
Not sure.
And it makes them apply these concepts to their own lives.
Yeah, it sparks a conversation.
Yeah,
And it gets people thinking beyond just the typical advice.
exactly.
Love it.
So we want to turn that question over to you.
All right, let's hear it.
What skill would you add to Iman's list?
Yeah, what did he miss? What have you learned on your own journey?
Yeah, what unique piece of wisdom have you picked up along the way?
We want to know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And building on that, what's one actionable step that you can take today based on what we've talked about?
Yeah, what can you implement right now?
Exactly.
Yeah, like what's one thing you can do to level up?
Yeah, maybe it's committing to a week of news-free living.
Ooh, I like that one.
Maybe it's finally exploring that new high-income skill that you've been thinking about.
Yeah, go for it.
Or maybe it's finally finding that good tailor.
Right. Like we were talking about.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be this massive life-altering change.
No.
Right.
Just small steps.
It's those small steps
Yeah.
taken consistently
Right.
that can lead to huge transformations over time.
100%.
And that's really what this whole deep dive is all about.
Couldn't agree more.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about equipping you with the knowledge and the inspiration to really level up your life.
I love that.
So remember, building wealth is a journey, not a destination.
That's a good one. Write that down.
It's about making those conscious choices
Hmm.
that are aligned with your value
Right.
and your goals.
Totally.
And honestly, it's about enjoying the process.
For sure.
You know? Celebrate the wins, learn from those setbacks,
Hmm.
and just never stop growing.
Love that.
So keep diving deep.
Keep learning.
Keep questioning.
Yes.
Keep striving for that millionaire mindset.
That's it.
And that's it for our deep dive into Iman Gadzhi's 7 millionaire skills.
Awesome episode.
We hope you found it insightful
As always.
and empowering.
Yeah.
Until next time, stay curious and keep leveling up.